suspend the sentence. Suspend the sentence. They went free that very day. I stood in the courtroom like a fool. And those two bastards, they smiled at me. Then I said to my wife, for justice, we must go to Don Corleone.
Why did you go to the police? Why didn't you come to me first?
Hi. Sagittarius. Did you know that Vito Corleone is a Sagittarius? Did you know that he was born at the beginning of December? You know, there's two ways to deal with people when they do this. You can get mad. You can shoot them full of arrows. Or you can reason with them. You can, in fact, make them offers. You can, in fact, be the metal hand inside the velvet glove. This month, you have to learn how, but the fun just started yesterday. Everything that you're thinking, especially when it comes to those who are taking from you, growing with you, growing away from you, everything that has to do with money, business, collaboration, friends you work with, all of it requires you to say it how it is. No more waiting, no more hiding. No more worrying about somebody else's feelings. Now it's time to be insanely honest. You know, the kind of honesty that you have with your inner dialogue? That one. Bottom of the deck, 10 of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, 10 of Wands, 8 of Wands. Whatever that it is you want in a romantic relationship, say it. Do not worry that you are going to scare anybody away. Say it how it is. Any direction you want to take in your work life, you are the boss. You set the tone, you set the direction, you create the narrative. Do it. When you put that kind of boss energy behind your actions and intentions, guess what happens? Things move extremely quickly. Extremely, insanely, very. It's a hyperbolic month. Let's see what I have in my notes. No pressure, no arguments, no threats. Not needed, just offers that people can't refuse. You like that? All right, Mars moves into Taurus. That 10 of Pentacles right there. You can have a lot more stability in love right now than I think you're willing to admit to yourself if you were to just choose someone and settle down. Whenever you meet a Sag who hasn't settled down, you have to understand that it's always by choice. You are always in high demand. So, is it time to accept or make an offer? Between January 11th and 12th, which is when I wanted to release your reading, but I think that would be too late and you guys would just think I forgot about you. You have this Jupiter-Mercury conjunction. Jupiter and Mercury both being in Aquarius at the moment. And boy, is it a great time for love. It's a great time for you to say it exactly how you want it, like you're giving an order at the best restaurant in the universe. That will only make sense if you listen to the podcast. 9 of Wands. You know, there's so much good fortune that a lot of it you really shouldn't even be able to intuit right now. It would just pressure you and make you feel nervous. Just know that at every turn, in 2021, there's another win waiting for you. Rack them up. Anything that you're attracted to, go for it. Put your energy behind it. Put your fire behind it. Go for it. What else? You know, there's a certain gravity that we have as people when we know we're the boss and when we know that we have the power to back up our words. When you get into that space, no one can mess with you. How long has it been since you've been in that space, though? How long has it been since the worry and the drama and the bills and the work issues and the emotional pain, the mess ups, the slip ups, how long has it been since that all went away and you could just be? So you could feel like that boss again. So you could make those offers that nobody can refuse. So you could keep your cool and still get what you want. How long has it been since you've been able to really feel that power? Because January 8th, yesterday, till about the 13th, the next 5 days is going to give you a taste of that. And then from the 18th to the 22nd, you've just got to be really careful. There are always great chances. With great power comes great risk, right? So there's always a chance that around some corner, something is waiting to trip you up or shoot you out. You've just got to 18th to 22nd, keep your eyes open, drive very carefully, walk around very carefully, spend that time minimizing risk, making no big decisions, and allowing the anxiety of uncertainty to flow through you, not into you. If you just let the stress pass through you, you will do really, really well and everything will be just fine. But if you let it sit in you and get into your muscles and get into your head, like deep into your head, you're going to start creating this really stressful reality that is full of, you know, bills and obligations and just things that keep you from being free. So you want to let it pass through you and not hold on to it. You want to hold on to this kind of faith center. Like, you know who you are, you know what you're capable of. You never have to jump out of character and be uncool. You're the epitome of cool because, again, you have the muscle to back it up. You're a Don. You're the Godfather. Act like the Godfather. All right. Now, there isn't anyone that you can't sit down and talk through things with and settle. Everyone can be spoken to. Everything can be settled. In fact, if you have any issues on the table that you've been wanting to get settled, bring them up now. Except not between the 18th and the 22nd. At that new moon, you will find that your brain is cooking up all these different ideas for income streams. Listen to it. Listen to it. Go for it. There's a lot of prosperity there. There's a lot you can do and a lot that can put you center stage. That Leo, we're going to talk about that Leo. But there's a lot you can do, and your mind is going to be coming up with all kinds of different things that you are really good at doing that you could start doing now without skipping a beat, using these tools, and create several new streams of income. Do so. It's good for you. Keeps you occupied. Keeps you from getting into this space. Because right behind this anxiety is you making a choice and being really happy. The shade. You know, if this requires you to learn something new, that's also okay. If there's like one thing that you could learn that would unlock all these other amazing tools that you have, go ahead and do it. You've got time. More than anything, what you have to remember now for the next 3-4 weeks is that people are looking to you to start these conversations. People are looking to you to make these deals. People want that iron hand in the velvet glove to be yours, because in a very real way, they trust you to be fair. They trust that what you're doing, the way you're dealing with them, is the way that you would deal with yourself or with anybody else. There's an honesty about the way that Sagittarians conduct business. It's very, you do this, I do that. There's no hidden agendas. There's no intrigue. It's just, this is what we're doing. We're two cool guys transacting. Stay there. Don't break character. If you need to watch the Godfather movies, if you haven't seen them, oh my God, how lucky to be you to see them for the first time. But if you have seen them, go back and refresh. You learn so much about Vito in the first film, and then you learn everything that you are wishing you knew about him in the second film. By the time you get to the second film, you see him played by Bobby De Niro as a young man, and you get to see the tenets that he lives by, and they're all amazing. You know, he's very loyal, he's very faithful to his friends especially, but also to his wife, to his kid. The thing that they show about him is that his friendships, his connections to others, his ability to repay a favor, his ability to stand up for others, his ability to be a good friend, a good network contact, a good boss, a good person to do a favor for. This is what makes him him. This is what creates the Godfather. Those are the things that you do. That's how you are. Makes sense. Makes sense. So be that. Keep a hold of that mentality here, so life doesn't try to mess with you too much and rob you of it in January, because as soon as these seas steady a little bit, you're golden. But this next month, you got to have some talks, and you got to really be a boss about it. There's no room here for fear, indecision, insecurity. Watch the movies. Study up. I love you. Hi, Sagittarius. Welcome to the second part of your reading. All right, let's start with this Five of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. There are things that you have to talk over with people. There's money conversations that need to be had, serious conversations. But whenever you start to feel like the only way out is to intimidate or yell and scream or in some way make the situation tumultuous, step back. This is about money. You can't afford to have emotions about this. These are business matters and they need to be handled accordingly. You have all the charm and the wit and the intelligence and the capability that you need to solve these problems calmly and effectively. The calmer you are, the better it goes. Now, it's not just about clearing up these problems for the moment, especially if you have some people around who are being very uncooperative. It's not just about getting these problems solved in the now. It's about what it implies for your future. So the way that you're able to resolve things and tie up loose ends. So a lot of stuff still left over from 2020 that still needs to be either paid off or signed off on or split profits, whatever it is. the way you tie up these loose ends goes very far in determining how your year goes. So, even if someone is being less cooperative than they should be, even if someone is outright taking from you, even if someone is hiding from you or just being combative, even if they're threatening to leave, you have to stay focused. And what you're focused on is your list that you need to get through of things that you want done, that you want resolved. And you can get them done and you can get them resolved in your favor by being the cool head in the room. No pressure, no fighting, no threatening. You don't need to. You're going to be calm and cool and deadly because you're going to make it so they can't say no. You're going to talk your way into a space where you get what you want. You've done it before, you can do it again. There's a new moon on the 13th, but before that, between the 11th and the 12th, you have this Jupiter-Mercury conjunction. This is an amazing time. For you, it's particularly amazing for accepting and making offers. So, if you have something that you really want to discuss, try to do it between those days. If you have something you want to sign off on, something new you want to start, make it so that it falls on January 11th or 12th. When we get to the 13th, we have that new moon. That new moon is going to reveal a lot of things that are hiding way back in the subconscious with you that are causing some of these issues up here that have to do with money. There are some very deep-seated beliefs in you when it comes to trusting people and money. And those beliefs are being tested because they will be proven wrong. The best thing you can do right now, like I said, is be extremely diplomatic so as you're learning these lessons, you're not also burning bridges. What else? You're getting to the point again where after quite some drama, ups and downs, especially financially, you feel like you come into a strong place. Like you can say, I want this, I want that, I would like this. Some of you would like a much more grounded home environment. So say, I want this. Right? You can speak things again into the universe now. If you're attracted to the thing, I have written in my notes, go get it. If you're attracted to the thing, go get it. Don't let fear of what's happened in the past, your own insecurities, whatever you can talk yourself out of, don't allow that to happen now. We don't have any room for this, actually. None. Be careful that out of all this kind of passionate, bossy behavior, you don't end up attracting somebody who's really into that aspect of you, doesn't really understand the whole you, and then you get stuck with them somehow. Be careful, be careful, be careful. So, between the 13th and the 22nd, there will be quite some stress. It has to do for you, again, with exploring these deep-seated limiting beliefs of what you think is possible for others, what you think is possible for yourself, what the price tags are on those endeavors. You get a real uncomfortable look at that stuff from the 13th to the 22nd, and that's okay. Just don't let it make you combative. You're giving away the whole game if you get into a fight in January. And if you've already gotten into a fight, don't do it again. Now, it's really, really, really important between the 18th to 22nd that you are very careful with yourself, with what you say, where you go, how you drive, etc. And right after the 22nd is where you start to feel like, hey, I've got some great new ideas. Things that I could do to earn extra money. Things that I could do that could actually put me in the spotlight. do them. And if you're doing this with a Leo, if there's a Leo in your life or a Pisces in your life, with that Pisces, we'll talk more about this in the extended when we talk about romance and love, but that Pisces needs a little space. They're being very Piscean. That Leo can help you. That Leo can help you quite some. Because they know where you're at right now. The game you're about to play, the way you're feeling, that's where Leos kind of live. So you would do well to consult your sister sign there. If you have any Leos in your life, hit them up. Talk to them about this because they know exactly where you're at. So we wrap the month up with thinking about what we can learn to sharpen our tools so we can have even more opportunity and explore more of our potential. The Leo is going to help you out with that. Overall, finesse is required. Calmness is required. You coming into a situation not caring whether you win or lose because you have everything already because you are the godfather is required. Can't make it any easier than that. All right. If you would like to take a look at the more romantic aspect of this reading, go delve deeper into the financial aspect, look at each of the 12 signs and how they apply and how it affects you in January. Or if you're interested in taking a look at what happens in early February, there is an extended version of this reading. You can find it below on Vimeo or through an instant PayPal link. If you're interested in a 7 to 10 minute personal recorded reading, check out the Cameo link. If you would like a video chat one-on-one reading, check out the Chatalize link. If you're interested in a daily horoscope, come join the Rev Fam at the Quietest Revolution on Insta, where we take a look at the daily astrological transits and how they affect your sign. If you are interested in one of the Revolution rings, there is a link for that below, as well as a link to photos of the rings of Rev Fam wearing the rings. Gorgeous. Also, if you're interested in a new Lunar New Year guided meditation, there is a link to a Zoom event below as well. And if you don't want to click all those links, just go to ambercon.com, which is the first link, and everything else will be there. Yeah. Let's get into this extended right now, huh? Love you.